Focus is back on the big story, and as we are tracking the latest details, United States President Donald Trump and the Russian President Vladimir Putin have met in Alaska for a high-stakes summit. This summit was important as it could determine the trajectory of the war of Ukraine and the fate of the European security. Now, this was the first time that Donald Trump and Putin have met in person since 2019. This meeting went only for nearly 3 hours. Aditya Vadhavan, my colleague, joins me with more updates on this. Aditya, as we are tracking the latest details of what happened in Alaska, it is in fact being looked at as now the conclusion for the meeting between Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin seems to be the most anticipated breakthrough. What more details are you picking up for the meeting that has went for nearly 3 hours?
Well, absolutely, Simran. As far as this meeting between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin is concerned, there were a mix of reactions specifically if you talk about U.S. President Donald Trump. He said that at one point he says that the meeting is fruitful. We have agreed on several points. However, on the at the very next moment he says that the deal did not go well. He also said that they will arrange a meeting between President Putin and President Vladimir Zelensky in the future, and it is up to the Vladimir Zelensky that if he wants, he can make a deal. And at this juncture, it is now a very complex situation at this hour. As to whether this will fructify or not, because the Europeans have been also saying that they have at many points appreciated President Trump, for trying to achieve, deal to achieve a peace deal with Putin. However, so far all the attempts have, not worked, because we have seen how President Trump saying that Putin meets in the morning and then he bombs in the evening. So at this juncture, nothing is clear. And, particularly if this meeting is concerned, President Putin has commented that this Russia-Ukraine war wouldn't have happened if, President Trump would have been president at that time. So, at this juncture now, it needs to be seen from Iran whether all things go well. There are, things that both the sides will come on table, and will this meeting between President Trump and Putin erode, set aside the trust deficit that the Ukrainian and Russian side have with themselves? This needs to be seen.
All right.